Food is life. Food is love. Food is what brings us all together. Here on A Taste of the Food Life, we're ready to talk about all things food. So pull up a chair and join us. Welcome to A Taste of the Food Life. Good evening and welcome to this relaunch, I would say, of the A Taste of the Food Life podcast. I am Sergio Barrera. Joining me, as always, finally again after 7 weeks, is Nurse Hot Stuff herself, Susan Chisholm. Susan, welcome. How
Thank
are
you.
you?
I am doing really well. I'm happy to be back, enjoying podcasting and talking with you. Not anything, mostly food.
It's been a bit. It's been a bit.
Yeah. 7 weeks is a longer time than it sounds like.
Yeah, but necessary. For those who may be watching either live or later, because we invite folks to do both, that we're obviously in a brand new setting, right?
Yes.
In that we have, for now at least, archived a few minutes with, and have decided that we're going to pivot and give a shot at actually something we had started a few months ago when we first did a few episodes of A Taste of the Food Life as a podcast. We had guests like Killer Goof on and other folks. We at the time, I think it was just an issue of like way too many projects going on at one time.
Yes.
And so we decided to focus on a few minutes with, but here we are, just saying, all right, let's have a theme,
one solid theme.
Yeah. So maybe talk about a little bit on your perspective, at least, as to why you want to go this direction and pursue a food-based podcast that actually is going to end up being a little bit more than just that.
Yeah. Well, like it says in the intro, food is life. Food is love. It's everywhere. It's something that you need to live. So there's always something new and interesting to talk about, new experiences to have, new foods to taste. And I love food.
Yeah. The origin, of course, of this show or this podcast is the actual food channel, A Taste of the Food Life, which I began several years ago. And, we have done both together and myself on my own. There are a lot of produced videos on this channel, so, while this week we're not going to reach back to those, there will be definitely featuring of some of the videos that have existed on the channel for a while. And then, as we proceed forward with the project, we'll talk later about how we're going to build it out, at least share with everyone what the intent is in terms of building out this show, because it's going to go from the food tasting video basis that it started with, and now the goal is to turn it into an active podcast that really has offshoots that will give folks a lot of content to interact with.
Yes, it's going to be. I like. We've had a lot of conversations, and everything that we've gone, like all the things we've gone through, has just gotten me so excited about all of it. So
yeah.
Sorry, I geeked out a little bit. So would you some of the relaunches of the segments and stuff like that we have done previously, do you want to talk about a little bit, like kind of how we're revamping some of those from A Few Minutes With and kind of making them for this podcast?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the idea here is to, seamlessly transition into something that now is going to have a set theme. I mean, A Few Minutes With was great because we were able to work through basically whatever topics we wanted to, week in and week out. And now with, this attempt at this podcast, it's really about saying, okay, well, let's root ourselves in a theme that really can go various directions. And so we will be bringing over some of the elements of A Few Minutes With in terms of segments and so forth. You for instance, you had your word. What was it called? Your May I Have a Word?
May I have a word?
Where you would introduce us to a word of the week. Talk a little bit about how you plan to evolve that. How is that going to then translate into this show? Because it's a great concept, but how do you plan to connect it to this project?
Well, so I am by no means a food expert. But I feel like I know a little bit about it, and I like to learn
Right.
about food and about cooking and about just experiences in general surrounding food. So for me, my idea to bring it over is a word that is food related, so that I can help educate myself and other people about, what kinds of different things are around. So, the word might be a technique, it might be a dish, it might be an ingredient.
So you're saying you might introduce us to what a chiffonade is?
Literally what my word of the week is.
Are you serious? That's funny. That's fantastic.
What a lovely segue into.
I think we should let people know it wasn't in the notes. That was just a wild guess.
I have actually, and that's something that I would like, but we'll bring that up in a minute. But whenever I do these words, I don't tell him in advance what the word is going to be ever. It's never been a thing. It's something that I've always wanted him to be surprised about. So while we're here, let's go ahead and talk about chiffonade.
Well, actually, we are going to save it for later, and the reason why is because I really do think that we want to focus a bit of time on sort of what we're planning, what the evolution of the show is. So we will get to that. Yes. My whole thing is number one, I'm going to probably do way better on this show with that segment than I did before, because I do know food and I do know cooking. Thank goodness. So I won't feel as out in the cold as I did when you would bring us words and I'd be like, hypotenuse, what the hell? And so
I never brought that, but
I know, but that's the thing is I'm looking forward to see how you evolve it, because like you said, it doesn't just have to be like a word that is a type of food. It can be a technique, it can be a tool, it can be so much, right? So it still has life in a format of this type, and so I'm glad you're going to bring that over. And then for myself, I was doing Sack of Potatoes, which was in the previous show was me talking about things that I'm watching, reading, partaking in, and that's going to translate really easy. It's going to keep the name, as a matter of fact. It's going to continue to be the Sack of Potatoes, because it'll be what is there a particular food I'm eating? Is there a place that I'm fond of? Are there experiences from around the world that I want to share and say, hey, did you guys know that in this country this is a thing, or whatever the case might be? And so we're each going to be bringing a weekly segment that will be specifically our own. And obviously, Susan, as time goes on, that can change. We can evolve our own segments into whatever we want them to be, but it's going to be an opportunity for us to bring something of ourselves week to week that's individually something that we're going to contribute to the show overall. I don't know what this is, so
it's
excuse me,
decoration. Yeah, and I like that we have the option to evolve, that it doesn't ever have to be stuck. We don't ever have to feel trapped in anything. It's open, it's free, and that gives us a lot of options and stuff to talk about, which
absolutely
we're always thinking, and we always have whenever we get to hang out or talk online or anything like that, we always are running with ideas. So
absolutely
got quite a few, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, is that the evolution of this particular show, A Taste of the Food Life, for those who are with us, like I said earlier, this podcast is actually an offshoot of a YouTube channel that I created several years ago, A Taste of the Food Life. And we have a lot of produced videos that, whether it was just myself or you and I, my wife Jen and I, all of those episodes are tasting videos, right?
Yes.
And that's what the project was for a long time, and it will continue to be so. But this podcast is an opportunity to broaden the scope of the channel, and I think this time around we have a stronger grasp on how we can do that. Because one of the things that I'm excited about is that we're still going to be able to do tasting videos, both produced and even live on a show. You and I have gone through, how many hot sauce videos have we done? How many times have we scarred our insides with those? What are some of the other things that stood out to you besides the hot sauce stuff that we've done in the past that people could go look and find on the channel?
I feel like something that we've done that's been kind of maybe its own playlist is food from other countries. That's always, I love kind of broadening my horizons in terms of that, because
Right.
being where we are, like we've got a lot of options in terms of places and things to select from. We also did the MREs, American MREs and other country MREs.
Well, and then speaking of the hot sauce series, I mean, the hot sauce series on the channel is Can I Be a Scovillain? And so, again, even if people go and find just that playlist alone, it's hilarious. I mean, it's some of our best work in terms of survival. And I'm excited about in future episodes featuring some of those videos and sharing some of those videos, or at least clips from them, here on the show, because it's really something that, number one, I think stands the test of time in terms of what I've done. I mean, I can't wait to share on the podcast the infamous Southern food video, or the infamous canned canned products.
Canned products.
Or what was it? The end, yeah, for sure. But there's your favorite clip ever of when I tried smoked oysters out of a can. So, so there's a lot we can pull from the existing channel, and then also do live tastings here. Like, for example, we agreed that tonight we would basically bring a snack that we have recently discovered, or that maybe we're revisiting, and just talk about it, And so I think we should dive into that as we open our first tasting segment ever on the Taste of the Food Life. Because if I remember correctly, when we first tried this, we didn't have a lot of opportunity to taste food, because I was in a whole different scenario. I hadn't built the studio yet.
Yes.
And I was constantly having to karate fight my cats who wanted to participate in the show. So
I mean, they are cute, but not helpful for tastings.
Right, exactly. So should I start? I think you have a better one than me, so I kind of want to make yours the main event. If it's the one that you showed me.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Why not?
Or you go first. It's fine.
Yeah. Now.
What is the snack you brought?
I brought. I don't know how to say that. What's chichuritos?
Chichuritos.
They're little
they're called duros.
Yeah, duros. So they're like little wheat crunchies. I have not had these in very many years.
They're delicious.
And yeah, they're incredible. So they're kind of like I don't know how to describe, like wheat based pork rinds.
Right.
Sure.
That's a great description.
Yeah. And they don't really have crazy flavor. I mean, I'm sure you could get them flavored, but just so good, just like this. So, and they're crunchy and delicious. Yeah.
Well, and I know people, they do all kinds of stuff. With a Valentina hot sauce is probably the most common way in which people eat these. They're tasty. I was in Vegas just a couple weeks ago, and the Bacchanal Buffet in Las Vegas, as you know, has those. And you would think that an ingredient like that would be far too common, or not common, but like lowbrow for a Vegas buffet. But there it was, because they're great. They're fantastic. And
this
so
entire bag is going to disappear, and that's dangerous.
yeah. Well, for myself, and just so that everybody knows, typically we're going to agree on a product that we're going to try for the first time together. Because for those who don't know, I'm in San Antonio, Susan is in Austin. And so if you're only visiting us for the first time, then that's important, because it's not like when we do the tasting videos where we're in the same place and we're able to sort of, react to one another and go through the experience together. We're now going to be able to do this on video, because again, I have a far more controlled situation with my new studio. And so typically we will both be trying the same product, and the rule will be that we have never tried it before, and we're going to get sort of genuine reactions from both of us on it. But tonight we decided, first one out, there's a lot to talk about, a lot to explain about what's going to happen going forward. So we each thought, let's bring a snack that we've discovered recently or that we have revisited. For me, it's a discovery, because I love hummus. And I want to say thank you to our friend Angie, who very kindly in the chat has said, I look much slimmer. Thank you. That means a lot. It has been a journey. It has definitely been a journey. And Angie, thanks so much for joining us again. For those of you who are all watching, don't forget you can participate with us in the chat if you'd like. So for me, and this will be kind of a running theme on the show, because we've also agreed that this show, A Taste of the Food Life, is not just going to be about food. It's going to be about lifestyle. It's going to be about health. It's going to be about, some days we're going to be trying crazy stuff. Other days we'll be talking about ways that we have found that food can help improve our health, our lives, and so forth. So it's going to be a whole potpourri worth of things, right? Anyway, so
my life.
yeah. So recently, I've always loved hummus. Okay, I've always loved hummus, but our local grocery chain here in San Antonio, and actually Texas, I should say, HEB, has a jalapeno hummus that, listen, so I couldn't even wait for the show to begin. It's mostly gone. So so this is my contribution and suggestion to folks who are watching. If you like hummus, the HEB deli jalapeno hummus is beyond. It's the same ingredients as the regular hummus: chickpeas, tahini. Tahini. Thank you. Tahini, that's different. What else? Chickpeas, water, jalapeno peppers, canola oil, tahini, which is ground sesame, and all very natural ingredients. And I'm a label reader now. Since the last time that we podcasted, I've become a reader of labels, and not unhealthy. So this
is it hummus, the whole jar or the whole
that's true.
Container?
No, but this hummus has become a substitute for a lot of what I used to snack on, right? And don't worry, guys, we're not going to be doing things like preaching to you about what you should eat or what you shouldn't eat, because trust me when I tell you, we will be enjoying some stuff on this show that is not going to be healthy. The difference is that I am no longer on the ledge of a mountain of health problems that I faced earlier this year. So I don't want people to think like they're just going to be trying boring stuff. I don't think that's going to be true. What do you think?
No. We are not going to be trying boring stuff. We are going to be trying awesome stuff. So that's just a fact.
Yeah. So if you have an HEB nearby, jalapeno hummus, that's my snack of choice right now.
Get on it.
Indeed.
Wait.
So we'll do every show. We'll do a tasting segment, which means we need to start building up our list of things we're going to try. I'm also drinking a lot of water now. We're not sponsored by Circle, but the amount of water you're going to see me drink on the show, we probably should. So,
I also have that same jug.
Yeah.
Yes, but It's downstairs in my work backpack because I take it to work every day.
We should reach out to him.
Executive producer will take care of that for
That's
us.
Yeah. But yeah, so so yeah, we're thankful that we have this vehicle again to and platform to, you know, celebrate what we like about food, but also branch it out into other things. I mean, I mentioned earlier that we're going to have discussions on, you know, health related items, lifestyle related items,
Yes.
because everything can be tied back to food. You know, food
Yes.
is a sustainer, and there's so many directions that we can take this show, and I'm excited about the potential of that, because if there's one thing I've learned on this journey that I've been on the last few months, and really it's only been 6 months, it's that food doesn't have to be boring. Food
Nope.
doesn't have to be that, you know, we have this tendency, and in many ways rightfully so, to categorize food as good or bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you inject the ingredient of moderation, any bit of food, unless you have an allergy, right?
Don't do that.
Any type of food can be enjoyable. And that's, I think, the spirit of what we want to celebrate on the show, is how food can be something that is a good thing, so long as it's, you know, taken in the right amounts, and with the, you know, with the right mindset about how food should be. And trust me, I'm the perfect case study for how not to do it. So at least until recently.
Goodness.
So
I was gonna say you've gotten over that.
only
Yeah.
one soda in 6 months. So
I am very proud of you and very
that was,
impressed.
I
That
had
was
to have that Pepsi in Vegas, man. It was staring at me. So, but yeah, so every week we'll have a tasting. And, you know, one of the things that I have always wanted with my podcast, and now our podcast, is audience interaction. All right. And so if you would like to suggest a product that you want Susan and I to try,
Yes.
we will do our best to obtain it. If there's a particular food challenge that you would like us to try, so long as it would not put us in harm's way in any way, please let us know, you know, whether it's in the chat or in our other resources that we will talk about later. We have an email. And so yeah, I mean, be part of the process, be part of the show, because you and I have tried some weird things.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Yeah.
A lot of weird things.
But not
No balut.
no balut, at least not yet. So
No.
yeah, the day that I put this show overall to rest, whether it's the podcast or the pre-produced videos, I've sworn that the very, very last episode, whenever that may be, it will be balut, and then I'll fall out of frame, and that'll be the show. So
Yeah. No. I
Can't do it,
will
man.
let you do that. That's not going to be for me. Hard pass. Hard
Yeah.
pass.
no, you'll do it. All right, so so we'll do our tasting segment, and then the plan is to every week have some sort of main topic, and, you know, really just, you know, celebrate food, celebrate people who we know that are food, you know, connoisseurs or food purveyors or food connected. And yeah, so that's going to be fun to plan. So any ideas in that brain of yours for what maybe our next topic or topics might be, either you're interested in talking about?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff I'm interested in talking about. There's, you know, we've kind of talked about some of our dishes and, you know, our favorite dishes in terms of like what like food memories or you know, something that means a lot to you in terms of food. I've got a couple of like little mini game ideas.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, there's a few. I have a few.
Yeah, good. We're also going to introduce a segment of the show that is going to be called A Taste of the Good Life. It'll be a subtopic, so to speak, and that's where we're going to really explore a lot of what we've learned in the last few months, because you and I both have been on a health journey, and you know, obviously Colin has been on his own, Jen, of course, as well. So we're surrounded by people who have made decisions whether it's recently or in the past, that have really changed how they approach their life. And so our goal is to, again, not just have this be a show specifically about food, but also an opportunity for us to share, ideas and such that have that are designed to improve health. And so don't be surprised if you listen one day and I decide to tell you all about spin classes and how spin is such a great way to get a good cardio workout in. Or, maybe Susan will tell you about how she runs marathons every other week, things like that. So
that doesn't happen. No, it doesn't. No.
But let's get on it.
Another not going to happen.
No,
kind of thing.
That
not going to happen. No, thanks.
But yeah, no, the idea is to spend some time talking about, healthy lifestyle topics. In fact, we talked this week, you and I, about this first episode back, talking about healthy alternatives that we have found to some of our favorite foods, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's been a journey because I still love burgers,
Oh, yeah.
I still love tacos. So did you want to share a couple of items? What are some things you've recently discovered that have sort of filled the spot of a food that you've had to eat less of or find a different, more healthy version of?
Yes. So, you mentioned that you love burgers and you love tacos. I also love burgers and tacos. Clearly, I mean, look at me. But what I've started doing is, instead of buying ground beef to make my soft tacos at home, I buy a ground chicken and ground pork, and I mix them together, and I strain all the fat and everything off of it before I add the seasoning and such. And that's been really helpful, and it tastes basically the same. It's pretty great. Oh, I just had an idea, and it went a thought that it just went sideways. I can say, the water thing. I had been drinking a significant amount of sodas. I don't particularly like to drink just plain water. So things like bubbly, sparkling water have been really helpful. And then the Circle, which we were talking about earlier, they have flavors. I am not a big fan of artificial sweeteners, which some of the little pods for the Circle are artificially sweetened, but they also have some that are unsweetened, so they're just like the essence of lime or whatever. So it's just like lime juice in a pod, and it's really delicious, and I love it.
That reminds me of another product that I love is Hint water.
Hint, yes.
It has the essence of fruit, certain fruit flavor, right? But yeah, Circle is something I've become very fond of. This is their Life Sip line, because it's not just flavor pods; it's a line of pods that some have electrolytes, some are just flavor, some are and this one is their Life Sip line. That is they've got B vitamins and so forth. This one is Fruit Punch, which is the one I'm going to install next. What do you got?
So this is one of the unsweetened ones. That's it's called Pure Essence. And so this one's cucumber flavored, and I've got lemon and tangerine. I don't remember what else I have. I had a lime one.
Yeah.
I have I gave Cullen the watermelon one. I'm kind of disappointed about that. I should have kept that one.
The watermelon ones are really good.
The watermelon one is delicious. And I have raspberry, I believe, is the other one I have, and peach. So I've got a lot of really good flavors of just unsweetened essence deliciousness.
Yeah, well, like you, I've long substituted ground turkey for ground beef. I mean, I'm talking years, mainly because Jen doesn't eat red meat or pork. But one of the things that I know recently, has I've had to find alternatives is candy. I don't eat I haven't had regular normal candy in months. Literally went cold turkey on sodas and candy back in March. out of pure necessity. I haven't talked about it a lot on the show, but I was, basically got a pre-diabetes diagnosis, and that's scary enough for me to be like, okay, stop. And, then I flipped the script completely, but I still love a good chocolate, You and I recently, you introduced me to the Atkins chocolates that were,
Yes.
good substitutes for a peanut butter cup, or a like a caramel almond cluster, a turtle.
Turtles.
Yeah.
I love
And
those.
I would always look at products like that and go, well, that's not going to taste good. And I was wrong, because they're a good, healthy substitute. Now, I'm not chowing down 10 of them, because, again, moderation.
Yes.
But I also found the keto line, KETO, it's a brand. I know keto is its own thing, but there's a brand, and they make some fantastic ice cream bars that are, way healthier. Less, in some cases, their products have like 1 gram of sugar per bar. And again, it's been fun. I have found the fun in finding alternative products that I end up going, darn, okay, that's tasty. I somehow had this idea in my mind that I wasn't going to like Kind bars. I like Kind bars. So,
you have to find the right Kind bar.
That's true. Because there are some I'm not fond of, but yeah, so it's been, it's been fun finding things to substitute into, areas where I just was for the longest time not going to budge. I mean, I literally, and I haven't told you this, I finally got rid of my 3-part container that had M&M, Skittles, and Sweet Tarts, because the corner's been turned, but I love M&Ms like crazy, but I can't be eating M&Ms like I used to eat. I thankfully have gotten rid of the habit of stress eating, and because now there's nothing to reach for. So
yeah, no, definitely. And the Atkins line has packages of M&M type candies. I will say,
that's next step.
Do not eat a whole box of them.
No.
You only, or don't eat a few of them. The words gastric distress, and I'm going to leave it there.
Nice.
I would also like to make a suggestion for a healthy product that I absolutely love. It's ice cream. It's called Halo Top.
Yes, I have tried that. It's really good.
They have so many great flavors.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 to 3 net carbs per serving, or per, pint kind of thing. Because let's face it, I'm not going to eat a third of a pint. I'm going to eat the whole thing if I get it. I'm just saying.
I'm trying not to do that anymore.
Let's be real here, okay?
Yeah. No, I've actually been very, very, very relieved that I don't have that urge anymore to, I've learned the whole lesson of sometimes you just need to taste, and so it's been a tough 6 months, but what helps is, the support of people like yourself, so many others. And so every week we're going to, again, go back to doing or have a segment that we're going to call A Taste of the Good Life. And we're going to use that to share a lifestyle tip or a health tip, or, something we've discovered that has been helpful. And it doesn't just have to be health related. I mean, this show is also going to delve into the areas of mental health, because that can be tied back to food. And I've been on a journey since October of last year of, I can't imagine life now without my visits with my therapist every month, because they are so fruitful.
Yes.
And so yeah, I'm excited about, you can look at the title of the show and think what it's going to be about, but you better come back week to week, because you'll be surprised at what we're going to talk about and what we're going to share with all of you.
Yes. Yeah. No more spoilers.
Speaking of spoilers, I think it's time to we do a spoiler of sorts. Can you please tell the people what Nurse Hot Stuff is all about? Because I think that's important.
So, yes, Nurse Hot Stuff was a nickname that somebody gave me as a joke, kind
It
of
was me.
thing. Yeah, he was joking because I was making salsas and I was making jellies and jams that have peppers, like habanero strawberry or habanero peach kind of, jams and jellies and then salsas. And so he's like, "You should, yeah, you're making all the hot stuff and you're a nurse, so nurse hot stuff." And that's just kind of how it became. So since that time and people have been sampling and telling me that it's really delicious stuff, I created an Etsy shop that's called Nurse Hot Stuff uh, Creations, I think. Nurse Hot Stuff Creations. And
Yeah.
so that's where you can get a ton of delicious salsa jams and jellies. Again, I mean, I have a
Very tasty.
variety,
Yeah.
and I've got little combo packs where if you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna like which flavor I'm gonna like, so they've got
Right.
little sampley size kind of things. You can get a little bit of everything and a little taste of stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, Nurse Hot Stuff Creations on Etsy. That's where I am.
Yeah, we're going to have to make sure that we share that. We're kind of we're still talking through, what is our social media presence going to be, and this will show you how early in the stages we are, because I haven't yet told Susan that we will have a TikTok and we will have an Instagram, and those are going to be our main social media outlets outside of this show on YouTube. So the show will be on YouTube. We will, of course, be promoting our shows on our personal Facebook and so forth, but we're going to use Instagram and we're going to use TikTok because it's that quick hit content that really, really grabs people's attention. And so very soon we'll announce when those are ready and when they will start to publish. And so be on the lookout for A Taste of the Food Life on Instagram and A Taste of the Food Life on TikTok, because again, it's not going to be just about the show. It's going to be about, hey, maybe, I have a product that I want to shoot a quick video on, post it on TikTok. Susan, the same thing, right? And who knows, maybe we'll get you guys involved. If you reach out to us and say, hey, man, I shot a quick video. Can you share it on your TikTok or you're on your Instagram? The answer will be, yeah, absolutely. Like, we'd love to hear from y'all and figure out, what it is you want to share. And but yeah, once we have all that settled, we're definitely going to be sharing Nurse Hot Stuff Creations, as that's going to be one of the things we'll be promoting here as part of this project. Because when I tell you that Susan is awfully humble about the quality of her hot sauces and her hot jellies, I'm biased, absolutely. Okay, and I'm going to say it. Nurse Hot Stuff also came from the fact that you're cute AF. So. But no, you actually have a very, very good hand at the products you make, and I think people should try it. And so, we're going to definitely be promoting Nurse Hot Stuff Creations, salsas and stuff. And so we hope you guys will partake. So
I feel like a really terrible business owner because it's actually Nurse Hot Stuff Designs.
Well, now it has to be Creations.
I know. I'm like, can I change that? I wonder if I could change that.
I like the word Creations, but Designs works too.
I do too. Yeah. And to just a demonstration of how punny I am. I am very punny. The salsas are called Nurse Hot Stuff's Bad Medicine.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
anyways,
very creative. No, very creative. So yeah, be looking forward to, as this develops, you'll see more. And there will also be one other unique thing that we're trying to have be a part of this experience, because there will be times when perhaps you and I can't put out a podcast, a given week, right? So there's also going to be a written word aspect of the show. I, many years ago, 2008, 2009, wrote a food blog called Food is Love on Blogger, for those of you who remember, which is still active. And I'm going to share that as part of this project, but we also are looking into ways to develop a written word blog that, if you don't have time to check out the show, but you want to read about some cool stuff that Susan and I write about, food or health wise or, lifestyle wise, be on the lookout for that, because we're going to try to, again, we want this to be an interactive process by which you don't just come to watch the show every week. Maybe you don't have time to watch a show this week, but you want to go read an article, or you want to go check out a quick video. That's sort of the idea, Susan, I think that we want to have come out of this, is that it's a very interactive thing that our viewers can actually immerse themselves in.
Yes, I think we both want this to be a collaborative experience with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. So yeah, it's exciting. And we've gone on here a while, but Susan, anything else that you want to mention that we've talked about, or that you have ideas for that might be part of this whole process?
I think I'm good for now. I do want to say this is going to be a really great experience. I already know just how it feels to be back on podcast, how it feels to be talking about food and love and life. It's great. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long 7 weeks. Again, very necessary, at least in my case. But we got that itch, and we sat down last week before, and we're like, what do we want to do? And we kept coming back to the food show, and I'm just thankful that that we can relaunch this project and really, really get after it and do some good with it. Again, I will encourage all of you to look up A Taste of the Food Life on YouTube. If you're already following us, thank you. I have several people who've been following that channel for a while, and I'm very thankful. If you go there now, you will see about 150 pre-produced videos that are food tasting videos and such. So I encourage you to check it out. And sky's the limit at this point. There's going to be new content for the channel. There'll be the live show that we'll be doing week to week, and then the other media that we plan to produce for this project. So if you guys have ideas, you can reach out to us and let us know. You can jump on the chat during the live show, Susan. They can tell us what they want to, right?
Absolutely. We read every comment, every one of them.
Absolutely. But if you have an idea in the middle of the night and you're like, man, I got to let Sergio and Susan know about it, you can email us at atasteofthefoodlife@gmail.com. atasteofthefoodlife@gmail.com. It's there on the screen. We want to hear from you. Any ideas you have, if you think, man, you know what? I saw this product. It's kind of weird. I think they should taste it. Send it to us. Let us know about it. If we can get our hands on it, I'll make Susan try it. And then she'll let us know how it goes.
I'll try anything except balut.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But no, we will both suffer.
Canned smoked oysters. No, thank you.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Nope, it won't. No, it won't. No.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And little by little we're gonna grow this thing, and just have it be a place where people are comfortable coming to every week to experience, whatever it is we have for them.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing experience. I'm just so happy to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. You're speechless, I can tell.
I am. I've said all the things.
All right. Well, the last thing we're going to talk about is the final item that did make it over from a few minutes with, and that is that we will be doing a TikTok of the week. I'm particularly excited about this because if there's a rabbit hole I love to go down on TikTok, it's food videos. Yes. And this was actually one that was sent to both of us by someone near and dear to you.
Yes, my lovely Captain Sparkle Pants, Colin Chisholm, Senor Hudson.
Yeah, her amazing husband Colin sent us this video, and I thought, you know what, this is the perfect TikTok of the week. It's so new to me that I don't even know who the creator is, but I know that on the strength of the first 15 seconds of the video, I followed the channel, so I look forward to seeing what else they've got. But let's go ahead and enjoy this week's TikTok of the week.
Somebody in our PPG Private Pickle group posted about these. I don't remember your name, and I'm so sorry because it was like a couple weeks ago. When did Tajín make sorbet? There's mango and there's lime. Let's try them. Got it.
That is a lot of tahini.
Look how
It's a lot of tahini.
In a fruit roll-up. In a fruit roll-up.
Shut your mouth.
You want it?
Let's pop them out. I'm gonna try with a little bit of Four Chica Benitez chamoy real quick. Get a little taste.
That's a lot.
I can't stand chamoy though, but it looks good.
You motherfuckers, that's so good. Recommended these in the PPG. I hope your pillow is cold tonight. Fold her up like a nice little pillow.
Oh, right. It's
Oh
a
my!
fruit roll up.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs up. I was dying to send it. This is so good. This is so good.
This will be us soon.
Wow.
Yes.
Red 10 by itself, with everything, 100.
What?
It literally is incredible. I have no words. You gotta come taste this right now. You hearing them angels sing?
Why is this the best
going.
sorbet? Why is this the best sorbet I've ever had
Exactly, period.
in my entire life?
Period.
Yeah, we have to try it now.
Mm-hmm,
I never knew it existed.
I didn't either. I'm going to see if HEB has it, in fact.
In
In there.
Mm-hmm, little swirl.
What's that thing people used to make in the big bowl and they have it at parties and they put a sorbet thing in it? I'd see people do it all the time. What is it? A punch bowl? You know what I'm
My
talking about?
HEB has it.
I didn't get back to the love party.
Stop.
Cap Sparkle Pants,
It was
your
like
HEB sells this tahini ice cream, and I need you to get me some.
Oh my God. Morgan.
Girl. They were cooking. Give me 14 of them right now. They were cooking.
Oh my.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, no, that's literally the product that's next on my list because the channel is called Cook It Erica. Cook It Erica with a C. Erica Erica. If that's the nature of their content, then I'm all in. So every week we'll do our best to feature a food related video, several that you guys have probably already seen us feature, but also other new content that we find. Because again, this is a celebration of all things food. And I know, I mean, Susan, you and I constantly are finding creators that we love, that their food videos are just fantastic.
Yep. I also, in my very fast research, your Lincoln Heights HEB also sells the tahini ice cream.
Okay, so I guess we're getting ready to maybe make that our tasting next week.
I think so. I think we should.
Yeah, which means we'll have to remember to give credit to Cook It Erica for giving us the idea because listen, here's the funniest part of this whole thing. You know me, I don't like chamoy. I don't like tahini.
Nope.
But just watching the first 10 seconds of the video, I'm like, I have to try this. I have to try this.
I mean, and the best part is if you don't like it, just save it for me because I love both of those things.
Yeah. Well, actually, you're going to be in town this weekend. So maybe that'll be a quick content video we can do. And then we can share it with the folks into the next week. So this will be fun. This will be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I hope you guys are excited about where the show's going, what the plan is. We thank you all for joining us tonight and being here with us. This is just the start of the carriage moving forward. And so tonight, Susan, we just wanted to talk about what the idea is. And now we take it, we run with it, and we make it happen.
It's gonna be an amazing experience. This is gonna be so much fun. Okay, sorry.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Susan, as always, it's a lot of fun. I'm glad we're back. Thank you so much for always being so supportive and all that you've done over the last several months and weeks as we've prepared to get back to this. For all of you out there at Cabin Sparkle Pants, we thank you for being in the chat with us as well. Anyone who's watching for the first time, we really appreciate you. Those of you who have come back to say hello and visit with us week to week, we hope you'll keep doing so, because it's what drives us. And it really, it's for me, Susan, it's what drew me back, is knowing that we had folks who are such as our friend Carrie, who's just commented. So great to see these familiar faces pop up. So we love you guys. And Susan, I think we're ready to land the plane, and I'm going to go have some dinner. I don't know about you.
Yes, I am. I'm going to go have some tacos with ground.
It's Thai food for me. So it's Thai one on Thursday. So yeah,
amazing.
All right. Well, on behalf of Susan, Nurse Hot Stuff herself, make sure you check out Nurse Hot Stuff Designs. We'll make sure we post it very soon. I can't thank you guys enough. I always tell you guys to remember that you're awesome, you're amazing, and the world's a better place because you are in it. And that's going to continue to be my go-to closing. But I will also remind you that food is love. Food is family. Food is everything that sustains us. And within it, we can always find love. And so we hope that you have a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you next Thursday as we continue this journey. And until then, be good to yourself. Be awesome. And as I said before, you're awesome. You're amazing. And the world's a better place because you are in it. We will see you next week on our next episode of A Taste of the Food Life. Good night, everybody.